Hello, I'm Olivia, and welcome to Onestudent. In this video, we will explore how assessment items, reporting period configuration, and Markbooks work together within Onestudent. This session is designed for administrators and heads of department who are responsible for configuring assessment and reporting structures within their school. Throughout this video, we will use a number of real-class examples across different faculties and year levels to demonstrate the flexibility of Onestudent. The classes included in this demonstration are Year 12 Accounting, Year 12 Biology, Year 11 Essential Mathematics, and Year 11 Certificate for Fitness. As we move through these examples, you will see how each class can contain completely different assessment structures, criteria models, reporting requirements, and Markbook configurations. By the end of this video, you will have a clearer understanding of how assessment items, reporting periods, and Markbooks connect together to support accurate and flexible school reporting within Onestudent. Before we look at the class examples, it is important to understand how these areas connect together. Assessment items define the assessment tasks teachers will mark within the Markbook. Reporting period configuration controls how those assessment items contribute toward reporting. And the Markbook is where teachers enter and manage student results. Together, these areas create a connected workflow that supports accurate and flexible school reporting. Our first example is Year 12 Accounting, Class Code ACC 12. Here we can see the assessment items configured for the class across the full academic year. Notice how the assessments are structured specifically for the accounting faculty requirements. This class includes multiple assessment items designed to support senior academic reporting and cumulative assessment processes. You will also notice that each assessment item can contain different criteria structures, different assessment types, different cutoff methods, and different reporting options. This allows faculties to configure assessment structures that reflect the exact requirements of the subject area. We will now move into the reporting period configuration for ACC 12. This area controls which assessment items contribute toward each reporting period. Here we can configure task or criteria-based reporting grade calculations, percentages or letter grades, required assessment, items, and final reporting outcomes. Notice how the assessment items previously configured are now linked directly into the reporting structure. This ensures consistency between assessment setup, Markbooks, and final reporting. We will now move into the Markbook for ACC 12. Here we can see how the configured assessment items automatically appear as tabs within the Markbook. Teachers can then enter marks, criteria, results, grades, comments, and final outcomes. This demonstrates how the assessment item setup and reporting period configuration flow directly into the teacher Markbook experience. Our next example is Year 12 Biology, Class Code Bio 12. Although the process within Onestudent remains the same, the structure of the assessment items is different to accounting. This highlights the flexibility of the platform across faculties. Biology may include practical investigations, experimental reports, data analysis, research tasks, and exams. Each assessment item can be configured independently to support the assessment requirements of the science faculty. We will now review the reporting period configuration for Bio 12. Again, notice how the reporting structure differs from the previous class example. Different assessment items can contribute toward different reporting periods depending on faculty requirements. This allows schools to manage complex senior reporting structures while maintaining consistency across the platform. Moving into the Bio 12 Markbook, we can now see the configured assessment items available for teacher marking. Each assessment item has flowed directly from the setup completed earlier. Teachers can record detailed criterion results, grades, and feedback while ensuring reporting calculations remain aligned with the configured reporting structure. Our next example is Year 11 Essential Mathematics, Class Code My 11. This example demonstrates another variation in assessment structure. Compared to the previous senior academic subjects, this class may contain different assessment models, weighting structures, and reporting requirements. The flexibility within Onestudent allows schools to support both general and essential subject pathways within the same platform. We will now review the reporting period configuration for May 11. Notice how the reporting setup aligns specifically to the mathematics faculty requirements. Assessment items can be configured differently for each reporting period while still maintaining consistency within the Markbook and reporting process. We will now move into the May 11 Markbook. Again, we can see how the configured assessment items flow directly into the teacher Markbook. This creates a consistent experience for teachers, while still allowing faculties to configure assessment structures differently between subjects and year levels. Here we can see the A to E dropdown available within the Markbook. This grading option is controlled directly by the assessment item setup. This again demonstrates the flexibility available when configuring assessment items within Onestudent. Our final example is Year 11 Certificate for Fitness, class code CFN11. This example is particularly important because it demonstrates the flexibility of Onestudent beyond traditional academic subjects. Certificate and vocational pathways often contain very different assessment requirements compared to standard classroom subjects. This may include practical competency tasks, observation-based assessment, participation components, or competency-based outcomes. Onestudent allows these assessment models to be configured within the same platform. We will now review the reporting period configuration for CFN11. Notice how the reporting structure differs again from the previous examples. This demonstrates how schools can manage completely different reporting approaches across faculties while still maintaining a consistent reporting workflow. We will now move into the CFN11 Markbook. Here we can see the configured assessment items available for teacher marking and result entry. Even though this class operates differently to the previous examples, the workflow within Onestudent remains consistent and easy to manage. This is one of the key strengths of the platform. Here we can see the certificate subject drop-down options available within the Markbook. These options are controlled directly by the assessment item setup, again demonstrating the flexibility available within Onestudent. Before we finish, let's summarize the key concepts covered in this video. Assessment items define what teachers are assessing. Reporting period configuration controls how those assessments contribute toward reporting. And the Markbook is where teachers complete the marking process. Together, these areas create a streamlined workflow that supports flexible and accurate school reporting across all faculties and year levels. Thank you for watching this Onestudent overview. We hope this video has provided a clearer understanding of how assessment items, reporting period configuration, and Markbooks work together within the platform. For additional training and support materials, please refer to the Onestudent training website or contact the Onestudent team.